Introduction to congruent triangles. How are congruent triangles different than similar triangles? Congruent means the same or equal. Similar is the same shape, but different sizes. And we can see that in the table below. So congruent is over here. Congruent means that they look like they are equal. Similar, we see that different size, and that is why our sides are proportional. When we are identifying the congruent parts, it is very similar to how we did with similar triangles. We look at the information given, and what's happening on one side, in this case, will be the same as what we see on the right. So angle A is first, and so that's going to match angle D because angle D is first. B is in the middle, E is in the middle on the right side. C is at the end, so it matches angle F because angle F is at the end. These are all going to be angles. The symbol is for an angle. When you have two letters like this, these are all talking about sides, where we start and where we finish. So going from side A to B, those are the first two letters. So that would match up with D and E because those are also the first two letters. Going from A to C, A is the first letter, C is the last letter, so we do that same thing. So AC is congruent to DF. And then the last one we have CB. CB is going from the last letter to the middle, so then we're going to go in that same order, F to E. And again, a side has a start and an end, so that's why it is two letters. For example 2, I've recopied the triangle congruency statement over here for each question so that we can check our order. It says, determine whether the following statements are true or false. So basically we're looking to see if the order stays the same. So for this one it says Y, Z, X. So Y, Z, and then we come over to X. So we need to do that same pattern on the other side. So it should be M, N, W. And is that what it says right here? M, N, W? No, so that is going to be false. That is not in the same order. For the next one, we have Z, X, Y. So Z, X, Y looks like that. So our next one should go the same way. We start at the end with N, then we come all the way to the front, W, M, N, W, N. And that one is going to be true. We're going in the same order, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X. And so then again, we're going to go in that same order. We're going to start off M, N, and then W. M, N, W, these are not in the right spot, so that one is going to be false. And then for the last one, we're going to check Z, Y, X, Z, Y, X. So we're just kind of starting at the end and we're going to the left. So it should start off N, M, W, N, M, W, and that one is true. So we're just looking for the same order, the letters going in the same pattern. For example 3, we're going to use the figures given in the information to list the congruent angles and sides. So we have drawn here the 3 marks and the 3 marks, so I'm going to use color coding to show that those are going to be the same. We have the 2 marks and the 2 marks, so those sides are going to be the same. And then the 1 mark and the 1 mark, those are going to be the same. We also see vertical angles right here. So these are going to be the same based on being vertical. We have parallel lines, and we also have the transversals that are going to help you determine other angles that are going to be the same. This angle right in here between the 1 and the 3 marks is alternate interior with angle K, and again that's between the 1 and the 3 marks. So we can see the angles are also going to be the same. So the first thing let's do is let's write our statement with our triangle. Triangle EHG is congruent to triangle, and now we're going to go in the same order. E is the one that has the 2 measurements, the 2 lines on the angle. So that's going to match angle K. So we're going to start off with a K. Then we have H. H right here is between the 2 and the 3 marks. So the angle that we want on the other triangle is also between the 2 and the 3 marks. So that's going to be angle F. So H and F go together. And then the last one we see is G, and G over here matches the G over here. So G is still going to match G. Using those letters, you can do what we did above. You could also use the picture to help you. E, angle E, we circled in that black color, matched angle K. Angle H matched angle F. And the next angle is given, and I know it's an angle because it has the angle symbol on it, EGH. So if I want to trace EGH, it's going to be the red one in the middle that we made vertical with the other one. So we're going to use that same idea. Starting at E, that was the one with the black circle, so we're going to start at angle K, then we're going to go to G, and then we're going to go back out to F. So it's going to go in the same order. So here we started black to the red angle to the blue, and then we do the same thing, black to the red angle to the blue. We're going along the same order. Again, we can also see that this side has 1 mark, and then we end on the side that has 2 marks. When we do this next one, we're going to start off on the side with 1 mark, and we're going to go through the side that has 2 marks. So we can use those also to help. Now we're going to switch over to sides. And I know that this is a side because it doesn't have the angle marking, and it has 2, I'm going to put the segment symbol over it, has 2 letters, E to G. So if we go E to G is the side that I have in green with 1 mark. So that's going to match over here, the side with 1 mark, K to G. And we can put that segment line over it. HG is the side that I had in this orange color, and that has the 2 marks on it. So that's going to be F to G, segment FG, side FG. Then we have E to H, and E to H is the side that I had in this pink color. That's with the 3 markings. So on the other side, the side with 3 markings matches. And again, we're going to kind of go in the same order. This black circle is where we started, so we're going to start with the black circle K, and then we're going to go up to F. And that's going to be, again, a segment aside. Example 4, triangle ABD. So that means we're going to start here at A and go to B, and then B to D. And so that's the order that it's telling us, and then the last side would be D back to A. So we need to figure out how the other triangle will change, turn, rotate, flip, whatever, to match up with what we've got here. We do notice that there are parallel lines marked, and we also have a transversal. When you have parallel lines cut by a transversal, you know that this angle is going to match this angle because they are alternate interior. We also know that side BD is going to be the same as side BD because it is literally the same side. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that as the same. So then we're going to go in the same order. If I follow that orange down to the blue angle, then the next side that I'm going to go up, and here, let me do it on this one. If I follow the orange to the blue angle, the next side that I come to is this pink side on that parallel. So we would do the same thing on the triangle that's kind of top right. We follow the orange down to the blue angle, and then the next side we have, side CD, side DC, is going to match the one on the other side, and that's also our parallel, which means that the last side is going to match up right here, the one that I have marked in green, with the one that I have marked in green down here. Then we know that angles will also match, where A comes together with that pink and the green line right here, where the pink and the green come together, that's C. So angle C is also going to be the same as angle A. I'm going to go ahead and finish the circle right here and finish the circle right here and give that 2 marks. And then that means the third angle that we don't have marked will be the same also. So as we go through, we can now answer these questions. We can say triangle ABD is congruent. Congruent is same, equal. And we're going to start off with A. So on the other triangle, the one that matches it is C. Then we're going to go to B. B is that blue angle, so it's going to match with D. And then we have D on this triangle right in here, which is our first one, which is these 3 purple marks, and that's going to match B with the 3 purple marks. We can also check the sides. Sides AB, the first 2, and that's actually down here. So let's do that. Side AB is that pink color. So then over here, it's going to match side CD. Side BD is the one that we have in orange, and that's going to mark DB. And I wrote it backwards just because these triangles are not faced the same way, so it means the side will go the other way. And then DA is going from the green angle to the black angle along this green side. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go blue to black. So we're going to start here and go B to C. When we check our angles, I kind of jump down to the bottom, the sides. And remember, these are all sides. And we know they're sides because we have a start and we have a stop letter. We have two letters to show where we're starting and then where we're stopping. Our angles are marked up with our circles and then our little arcs. Angle A is right here, and that's going to match up with angle C. And again, you can see that angle A is between the pink and the green, and it's the same thing here on the other side. A, B, D. So if we go A, B, D, we're starting at A, we're going to B, and then we're going to end up at D. So that's going to be talking about this blue angle right here because that's the one in the middle. And it's giving us the three letters because B is kind of complicated because it's got a couple different angles in it. So by giving you the three letters, you understand which angle specifically they're talking about. And we know that it's this one on this side and that lower triangle. So when we do that, we started at the black angle, went along that pink side, blue angle down to this orange side. We're going to do the same order. So again, we're going to start here. We're going to start at C, angle C, and then we're going to go down this way, down that pink side, just like we went this way. Whoop. We're going to go this way down, and so then that's a D, and then we're going to go over along that orange side to B. So ABD is congruent to angle CDB. Then the last one we have is ADB. ADB is this purple one that we have marked up. So we're starting again at this black angle A. We're going along this green side to where we hit these three purple arcs. So we're going to do that same pattern. So we're going to go ahead and start it off. We're going to start at the black angle. We're going to go along the green side to those purple arcs on that top triangle. So it's C, B, angle C, B. And then the last step here, A to D to B, that's going up through this orange side. So then we're also going to do the same thing on this other one. We went C to D, and then we're going to go up to B. A, D, B, and then we're going to go C, B, D. I think I had it the wrong way. So we're going to go C to B, and then we're at those purple arcs, and then we're going to go down that orange side to D. Example 5, if triangle DOG is congruent to triangle CAT, solve for x using the following information. Out to the side, we have some hints that we need to draw and label. So let's go ahead and draw. And this might not be to scale. We're just going to kind of go with it just to get an idea of what's going on. So if I start over here at D and then I go down to O and then over to G, that means that we would do the same order. We would start at C, go down to A, and then over to T since I drew them facing the same way. If DO is 10, the side that matches it, DO, is going to be CA. And if you'll notice, they're in the same orientation. They're both on that side on the left. OG is going to be 12, so that means this bottom side is also going to be 12. And then we have DG is 16, so that means that CT is also going to be 16. And at the same time, they tell us that AT is 2x plus 2. AT is right here. So I'm also going to write that it is 2x plus 2. So it's this, and it's also this at the same time, which means they are the same. And if they are the same, that means they are equal, and we can write that as a statement. We can say 2x plus 2 is the same as 12. And then from here we solve. First step, minus 2 on both sides. 2x equals 10, divide by 2, x equals 5. So our x is going to be equal to 5. It says solve for x equals 5, but then I also want to connect this to your Schoology assignment that you're going to do, and so it's also going to ask you DO is congruent to, and so we're going to go ahead and connect that. It wants DO from D to O, and so that's going to be the same as C to A. So you're also on Schoology going to have to talk about the sides that are the same, the sides that are congruent. And then it says CT is blank units. So CT is right here, and CT is 16 units. And we got that because it matched DG. So you're going to need to be able to transfer from one triangle to the congruent triangle. This is number 6 on Schoology. It's telling you that ABC is going to be the same as DEF. AB is here, DE is here, and then we have BC is going to match EF, and then we have C back to A is going to match F back to D. So I'm going to color code so that we can kind of see what's going on. We have information that's already given to us, and we can fill in things that we know that match. 42 is this angle between the green and the pink side, angle E. It's also going to match the same angle on the other triangle that's between the green and the pink, right here, angle B. So we know that this is also 42. On the side, we see an 87. So that means this piece is also going to be 87. And this is where it's telling us two different things. So this is going to be our equation. These are in the same place. That means they are going to be the same. That means they are going to be equal. So one of our equations is going to be 5x plus 2 equals 87, because those things are in the same place. And then for our next equation, we're going to have to figure out what this angle is down low. So in order to do that, we have 180 for a whole triangle. We're going to take away the 42 that we know. We're going to take away the 87 that we know, and we're going to see what's left. If I'm not mistaken, that should be 51. And then from there, that means that this is 51 degrees, and that means that this is also 51 degrees. And we have the same situation where we have two things that mean the same thing in the same spot. So 3y is going to be equal to 51. And then we're going to solve both equations to solve for x and y. We have our x and we have our y. When I go up to my first equation, solving for x, we're going to subtract 2 on both sides. 5x equals 85. X equals 17. So our x is going to equal 17. When we go solve for y, we have 3y equals 51. To undo multiplication, we just jump straight to division. And we have y equals 17 again. Now, they're not always going to be the same. In this case, they just happen to both be 17. You are going to put all of your answers in on Schoology and use your note page to help you.